Hey guys, it's Friday. On my way to work, and I'm exhausted today. I'm not like tired, like fall asleep behind the wheel of the car tired. I'm just like worn out from the time change. I still haven't caught back up, and so this weekend hopefully I can. Tonight I'm gonna just try to go to bed because tomorrow I gotta film videos for my other channels and then try to get my computer set up and learn that editing software, because I still don't know how to use that Sony software just yet. So I'm gonna have to try to learn that tomorrow, and I gotta go get the car inspected and the oil changed and new windshield wipers. So I have a busy weekend. Normally I go and do my little thing on Saturday mornings to Saturday afternoon, and so I'll probably do that, and then we'll probably end up in Austin Saturday night. It just depends on what happens. And when I got into work yesterday, everybody had filled out their little brackets for March Madness, and for some reason, I don't know, I'm just, all these people on Twitter that I follow are all into, oh my god, this team lost and that team lost. I don't want to say I don't care, because I am interested in who wins the tournament, but it's baseball season, and so everything kind of takes a back seat. Even when the Mavericks were playing for the championship the last time and actually won the championship, if, let's just say, for some reason the seasons between basketball and baseball ended at the same time and I had a chance to see the Rangers play in the World Series, or for a third time, or the Mavericks go to NBA Finals for a third, I think it would have been a third time or fourth time, I'd pick the Rangers every day. I would even probably pick a Rangers playoff game over an NBA championship game. And it's not that I don't like basketball. I love basketball and I love to play basketball. It's not baseball. And it's spring and it's baseball season for me, and that's kind of how it is for me. Even, you know, a lot of my friends are really into football, and I follow the Texas Longhorns, but other than that, like professional football, I could care less. I mean, my football season doesn't even start for me until baseball season's over with. So, I mean, baseball's my sport, and that's the one that I follow the most, and that's the sport I spend money to go see games, or when I had cable, you know, I'd pay extra for channels to be able to watch the Rangers or even watch college baseball. So for me, it's baseball season, and I'm not as interested in the brackets and all that, and so I didn't really fill one out because I'm like, you know, it's kind of a waste for me, because I don't care who wins. I may watch some of the probably the final 4 or final 8 games. I may watch a couple of the games, but it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to make a big deal about. And so on my Twitter, I've been, you know, making jokes and stuff about, you know, March Madness, about actually being mad about something versus it being about basketball. And so I'm going to continue to do that because it's funny, and I'm just not, I guess I'm not as big of a basketball fan as I am baseball, because I couldn't tell you who won and lost yesterday, but I can tell you that the Los Angeles All-Stars aren't nearly as good as they think they are. Yeah, they've got 2 guys that can hit a bunch of home runs, but when you don't really have all of the pieces, you're not going to win a championship. And if they do this year, congratulations to them. They bought a championship. But yesterday they couldn't beat the Rangers. And they couldn't beat the Rangers because you don't have to always hit home runs to win games. And most baseball purists believe the same thing, that your pitching has a ton to do with it. But also, if you got guys that can get on base, and you got guys that can hit a double to the wall in right or left field, then you're gonna score. And you just keep having guys get on base, and then you have somebody hit out there, get that double, you're set. And that's how you're going to end up winning the game. You're going to end up scoring more runs than hitting a solo home run. And that's ultimately what wins the games, the most runs, not the most home runs. So we'll see how their season goes. I think they're going to do good. I don't think they're going to do, we're going to the World Series good. I want to keep the faith that they're going to be good enough to go to the World Series. I just don't think that's going to happen this year. I think that it's going to happen probably in the next year or two, but I just don't know that it's going to happen this season. We'll see. I mean, they could ultimately surprise all of us. Our pitching can improve, and we get into regular season and win a bunch of games and get into the playoffs. But we're in the, no matter what anybody says, we are in the toughest division. I mean, point blank, we have to play the A's, which are usually a pretty tough team, even in the last couple of years. And we have to play the Angels, we have to play the Mariners, and now we have to play the Astros. Not that I'm so much worried about the Astros, because I think their owner doesn't know his butt from a hole in the ground, but and I think he's kind of like the owner of the Miami Marlins. He bought it for prestige and doesn't really care whether it works or not. So he's another one that's going to end up sinking that team because he doesn't want to spend any money on it. Which, when somebody doesn't want to spend any money on it, that shows right there that they're not interested in the team to begin with. So they're just doing it to show off for their friends. And if that's the case, go do something else. Go buy something else. But we'll see. They may end up turning out to be a really good team this year. I seriously doubt it, especially moving from National League to American League. Sorry for all the baseball talk. It's baseball season for me, and that's where my mind goes sometimes. Not much else going on. Work is work. Super busy with projects, always. And I always seem to find a way to give myself more work. I don't know how or why I do that, but it happens a lot. We'll have meetings and I'll bring something up, and then they're like, oh good, well why don't you take care of that? I'm like, I should have just kept my mouth shut. But it's things that's got to be taken care of, and if I don't point them out, then they're not going to ever get taken care of. So, and ultimately, if I can make a difference, then hopefully that looks good to them, and that when there's permanent positions that come up, since I'm only a contractor, I don't get any benefits for working there other than a paycheck. So hopefully that looks favorable, and if something comes up, they'll actually offer me a position. I know that it seems like they're starting to change their stance a little bit on requirements for jobs, and they're wanting people with degrees, which I don't have. I just have a ton of experience. And I understand it, is that they're trying to weed out, people, but college degree doesn't mean you know anything. It just means that you were able to pass the class and pass the test. Okay, where's your actual knowledge? That's just, it's my personal opinion on that a computer science degree isn't worth crap. It doesn't even give you the ability to work for Best Buy's Geek Squad, because you learn a tidbit about all these different things, but you don't learn enough for it to matter. And you actually learn more by getting certifications, and a lot of companies are like, oh well, we don't know what that certification is and we've never heard of it, so it's probably not important to our company. And that's part of the problem. They'd rather see that bachelor's degree in computer science, which doesn't mean anything. But so ultimately that's what I'm gonna have to do. I've been searching for online schools that I could actually afford, that aren't $20,000-$30,000. I'm not gonna invest that kind of money at my age when I can just keep working as a contractor. It's just how it is if we need insurance, we'll figure it out. And so far we've been good and haven't needed health insurance for anything major. And we have a couple of doctors in our town that will work with us on stuff, and our dentist will work with us on stuff, and our orthodontist, we pay out monthly. So, and then when we did have insurance, my carryover for Cobra, and we were paying the dental, it paid a good portion of our braces, so that helped a lot. But insurance is not something I worry about. It's stability. I want to be able to get in somewhere where it's permanent and I know I'm not going anywhere. So anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. I'm trying to keep it short. I promise I'm trying to keep it short, but I always have a lot of things to say. So anyway, on tomorrow's vlog, I'm going to talk about this camera that I found. Brand new camera. It's not even released yet. Thing is crazy. It does 120 frames per second at 720p. If you don't really know what that means, it does slow-mo, not super slow-mo, but it does slow-mo in high def. And it's got a ton of other stuff on it. It's got image stabilization. It's actually got this 5-axis video stabilization, which is really cool, and it's the only camera on the market right now, well, about to be on the market, that's got it. So anyway, I'll talk a little bit about it tomorrow, and then expect a new story video and Jack Hole of the Week tomorrow, and we'll see what else we can dig up. So you guys have a great Friday, and I will see you tomorrow.